All right, well, we should be live. You should be able to hear us and see us, and for the love of God, hopefully not smell us. But we're back with some Talisman Adventures. This is session 3-ish. We did some interesting things last time. We helped. Yes, we helped the poor village. And who helped? Well, let's find out. Richard!
I prophesied that you would come to me first, for I am the great Iwa, the ley line walking prophet of amazingness. Yes.
Absolute amazingness. Who helped? He so helped last time.
I did.
He
I,
did?
I helped.
He helped.
I didn't set anybody on fire.
Always a plus.
Dion!
Hi! I found out that I'm really good at putting fires out, but also burning churches down to the ground. I'm playing Papillon, the sprite minstrel. And, yeah.
And that happiness that he's exuding is exactly how happy he felt, I'm sure. Exactly. And
Out of
Jameis.
character, yes.
Oh, I'm playing Morgan the Sorcerer, and I don't have an exciting saying to say.
Because he's an exciting sorcerer who's exactly as exciting as he wishes to be. Enough said. Bill!
Yes, I am Cyrus. I'm not a ghoul. Seriously, I'm not. I'm just pale. I don't get out much, but I'm here to help.
And he eats dead flesh. Don't we all? Don't we
Yeah,
all?
You know.
Technically, we kind of do.
Yeah. He just
We
happens
just
to
cook
not
it
cook
first.
his. So how different is he really? He also helped and didn't eat a single corpse yet. He might get hungry.
Yeah.
Right, so what happened last time, guys? You get into the small little sleepy village, and there are fires everywhere, apparently started by a dragon that you, so heroically sidestepped in the forest.
Yeah, we don't want to fight a dragon.
That's
It's so
right.
stupid.
I mean, you had a perfectly good village to burn down, so, who are you to mess up his schedule? Yeah, and then there was a little to-do at a church. Obviously from some evil necromancer that was up to no good. Or was he?
Yes, we encountered the PC, and we ended
Yeah.
up helping them.
This is where they encountered the generally good person in the
Better
adventure.
than us, anyway.
Yeah, better than you. Anyway, so that's all resolved.
Not a high bar. Not a high bar.
A little taste of what having the talisman removed from that tomb is doing to the area. It's causing all kinds of nastiness to have escaped and to have percolated hereabouts. So you rest up. You find a boat, which is the whole reason that you came here for. And you're setting off so that you can get down and find the enchantress, who supposedly has some information for you. So you got a boat. It's a good sturdy fishing boat.
Before
We're
we
on a
set
boat.
off, before we run off in a boat, does there happen to be a blacksmith here? I could do with having my armor
Yes.
repaired.
Yeah.
we've done
We'll say you guys had one day of downtime between, saving the village and helping, and then leaving the next day. You got basically a full day of downtime. So if anyone's wounded, also, you
Nope,
can
but I
have a
do
day's.
wanna fix my armor, yeah.
Yep. Go ahead and fix up your armor.
Does that cost
should-
anything?
In
Get
this
some
case,
armor at
no,
some point.
because you kind of helped the town. Kind of sort of
Kind
saved the
of
town.
helped them. We
I love
slaughtered their
doing
mare. We helped them. Great.
Yeah, so the blacksmith, even though he lost his only son and only daughter and only wife, was all too happy to help you with your armor because he's got nothing better to do.
Well, there's your problem. You should have diversified and had many spouses. Thus, you would have many children, and you wouldn't be so unhappy now.
Well, given the
Thank you for the
state,
work. I'm leaving now before you throw that hammer at me.
well, given the state of all the newly minted widows and orphans, now that might be a thing now. All right, so yeah, go ahead and get your armor repairs done.
What's this armor people keep talking about?
Yeah. Exactly that.
I foresee you will learn the purpose of armor before the end of this adventure.
All right. So, anything else you want to pick up? I assume you reprovision, get food, water, that sort of thing. Yeah. Oh, what do you do with the cart and horses that you?
Give/sell to them as trade. I don't. You guys take it. We don't want it. So
They've
you guys now have a
surrendered.
horse and cart and what remains of the cabbages.
Turn turn the burned down houses into farmland, you know? Till the soil a bit and plant the cabbages. That's how you grow a cabbage, right? You just put a whole cabbage in the ground and
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Listen, I use nature magic. I know what I'm talking about.
Mm. So, who here is actually skilled at using a boat?
I think we decided none of us were before.
I am actually.
Oh, yes, listen.
Oh,
Yeah.
All
this is
right.
why we waited until you were back.
Yep.
You go ahead and give me a roll on that then. Let's see how good the boat looks. They're down a few fishermen now. No particular reason. So getting a boat isn't that big of a deal.
Is it like a dinghy or is it
It's a
like
What am I
fishing boat.
rolling?
Oh, okay.
Small fishing boat.
Okay.
That's basically all they've got around here.
What am I rolling?
Your ability to use a boat.
Oh, to use a boat.
To use a
I thought
boat.
you said a bow. No.
Oh.
I don't-
Two entirely different things. Let me
Yes.
look at the drowning rules real quick.
I don't even know what skill that would be for us.
All right.
Well, none of the ones we've got selected anyway.
Is there a fisherman around?
Not that he wants to come with
Yeah,
us.
there are a few left, but yeah, ain't nobody gonna go on an adventure downriver.
I mean, I could do a thing.
Kind of thing.
Charming words.
Ooh, I don't know that you'd be able to do that, but let's go ahead and give it a try.
Because, let's see. When I encounter a mortal or a beast I'm not currently threatening, it's not an enemy here, I'll put it in the chat.
Mhm.
Boop. And then, so I spend light fate equal to my current number of followers plus 1, so only 1 fate. And I make a persuasion or animal handling, depending on who it is. The difficulty is equal to the follower's threat plus my current number of followers.
So
which
you're
is
going
not-
to try and create a follower, basically. Hmm.
Yeah, I want
Okay,
someone
yeah,
to
I don't
do
see
the
why
boat.
not.
Alright, it's gonna be a resolve roll. Did it work? Why
I
didn't
don't
it
see a
work?
roll.
Why didn't it work? I clicked it.
Pop up with the pop up.
There it is. Okay. And it's not a focus, right? You can't focus in this stuff. Can you?
Mm.
No, not on
I-
not on a spell or yeah.
Right. Boop. That's a great success.
Hmm. Okay.
I think you could focus when spellcasting, because I always have been.
You have to beat the threat level, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, this is just a town folk, so just a mere 7. So you convince this poor fisherman who's lost his wife, his children.
You've lost everything. Come with us and be
Uh.
our guide into the unknown.
Take
Right.
me with me when I go car shopping.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, why not?
Yay.
I've got nothing to live for. Let me just take my one and only possession with me. This here barrel of booze. You don't mind if I drink while I pilot, do you? Of course not. Let's go.
No, not at all. Go ahead. You're a professional.
All right. Well, you got somebody that can use a boat. That's good. Okay. Give me just 1 second. There is actually a little section here saying, "What if they take a boat?"
No. Oh no.
You did a Cinema Charybdis, right?
What? You know what? I just remembered that I can fly. Bye, guys. Phew.
It might say they have an uneventful journey and nothing untoward happens to them.
Yeah, the
Alright.
fact that we go past the ruins, throne ruin, temple, and the oasis means nothing.
All right. So, do we want to go down the way towards the tavern, or do we want to go the way towards the Black Tower? Because the river goes 2 directions. I mean,
No,
all
it does.
roads to
I
Rome.
was assuming we're going down the castle ruins, throne wood.
Okay.
Trying
That
to
was
get
me
to
assuming. I don't know which way does the river
the grey
flow.
swamp, right?
Yeah, which is
No.
on the other side of the city, which is down the bottom.
Yes.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't really matter either way.
Mhm.
I also don't like the idea of crossing under the Sentinel Bridge, so I agree with going the way of the Thronewood.
Okay. Yep. I guess that was
I
the
just
next
feel
question.
Like something would be posted on the bridge ready to shoot us.
You
just have
think?
a
You think? I mean, trolls and
No.
bridges.
Why
That's
would they
a
just
thing.
shoot at random people coming down the river?
Bandits.
All right. All right. Let me just roll a
Bandits
die
and
here real quick.
breakfast, a B&B.
They throw out a welcome banner. That's what happens.
That's not
Welcome
a welcome
to your
banner. That's a
doom.
tablecloth.
They've got a thriving medical industry, but they need people to use the services, so they create need.
Exactly. All right. So I would like. So it's a fishing boat. It's a rowboat. So he's going to need some help rowing. So he's going to sit in the back with the tiller. He's going to, he's going to keep it going in the right direction. And he gives everybody this very simple: don't ever stand up in the boat. Don't ever stand up. No matter what you do, do not stand up. Keep seated. Here's how you row. So he needs at least 2 rowers. Who's going to row?
Who's got
I
strength?
will.
I'll do it.
I'm strong.
I'm not.
Yep. It is going to be a survival medal or athletics brawn test. Your choice, one or the other.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll do the metal.
Okay.
Regular
So
success.
just a metal roll.
Yep. So
Oh, survival. Do you have survival or?
Well, you have survival, don't you?
I have survival, but I don't have a certain survival.
that's fine.
Does that
yeah.
matter?
No.
Oh.
I don't think I have survival now.
Okay.
Then I
If
roll
you don't have the skill,
Then-
then you can't add a stat. It's
Yeah.
just a flat roll.
So
Just,
survival medal or athletics
Wait.
brawn are the 2 roles that I'm looking for.
Why didn't
Okay,
survival
I'll do
add
athletic
anything?
brawn then.
When you click survival, did you click the stat from the drop down?
Oh, is that what you have to do?
Yep.
All
All right. So if you add the stat, what does it come to?
Oh, I'm so
It keeps
sorry.
dropping.
It goes to 13
All right.
for the actual survival roll.
Okay,
that I did.
neither of you seem to be able to do this right, and your boat just goes in circles. So, in frustration, the
And you
fisherman
get
just
another dark fate point.
yes, the fisherman just explains to one of you how to keep the boat straight, and he will roll.
I was sort of hoping we'd go with the flow of the river. Is the river not moving?
Well, it's a rapid, so you actually do need to do some maneuvering to keep from hitting things in the
Okay.
river. It's not a simple thing.
Oh, hang on a second.
Mm-hmm.
On this map, is that a waterfall at the city? Is that what that white sort of?
Yeah, it's a
thing
huge
they
waterfall.
indicate?
Yep.
We'll be at the
Oh.
city long before we hit the waterfall. That's why we're going the other way. Not a problem. Don't worry
We
about it.
just abandoned ship into those farmlands.
I was hoping we were going to be able to take the boat all the way down to the Grey Swamp.
Guys,
Oh,
we'll be
God.
fine. I
You
can
can.
fly.
I don't see the problem.
Well, the boat can be ported. I mean, it's a light fishing
Yeah.
boat. You can. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, I'll just
Still.
lift the boat and fly and carry us all to safety.
Yeah. Okay. So he's going to be the one then to do the rowing. He will quickly explain how to run the.
18
till-
wasn't enough. Ouch.
No, it was not.
Oh, dear God.
Let's see. Give me a second.
Ooh.
That was for something else. Don't worry about it. All right. So he is
I
able
clicked it
to.
the
He is able to to row your fat butts, and basically what he's doing is keeping the raft wants to list to one side and to bank. So he's using the oars to basically keep you pretty much center of river, and to avoid logs and other things that are coming back through. So that was a good choice for Pappy there to find someone able to do this. So it does save you some heartache, and you make good time on the river. So this is a exploration turn. So let's see here. There are a few different things that people can do while you're exploring. The guide is going to be the fisherman because he knows what your idea is you're just going to come down to the city and eventually get to the Gray Swamp. So he's going to be your guide. Who wants the hunter position? Because you
I
do have
will.
to stop every once in a while for him to rest.
I'll hunt because I automatically succeed when I hunt.
And who wants the watcher position?
I'll watch.
You gonna do the watch? Okay. So on the first time that he pulls the boat over, he banks it so that he can get a rest. You guys can have a meal. You want to forage then? You get an automatic success, you say?
I get my exiled fairy ability is when I make a hunter test, I can choose to get a standard success instead of rolling. So I choose
Standard success, which means you don't break into your ration supply and you find something fresh that you're able to cook up, pull up some roots and herbs, maybe make a little stew. The Watcher. Bill, make me a notice wits test.
Watcher, huh?
Yeah.
That's just a wits roll, right?
Do you have the skill?
If you have the skill.
Do you have the skill notice?
Oh no, I don't.
Yeah. Then it's then you don't get to add in your attribute. It's just 3 dice.
3d6.
I just click on the roll.
Yep.
Okay, one of us should have been watching then.
Nah.
Someone can actually help watch if you want to have a second watcher. You can do that.
Yeah, if somebody wants to help.
That's right, now that I know it's notice words. Yeah, me, I'm good at noticing things.
I have done nothing, which is great. I continue to do nothing.
Notice words. It's not focused though. So...
You eat the food. You make
Wow.
sure it's good.
What? That's the worst roll you can get.
Yes, Jameis. Yes, it is.
Fortunately, that's not how.
impressive.
Yeah.
That is
You're
impressive.
just assisting, so that's not a
Wait,
thing.
that says extraordinary success.
Because he
Because I
rolled
got
2
three
ones.
ones.
Yeah.
3 ones.
Three
3 ones.
3 ones. I got triple, thank you very much.
That's amazing. But he still fails?
Incredibly.
Of course you do. Yeah.
You're looking for the target number first. and
Yeah.
then-
All right.
Yeah.
So
All ones. Oh.
That's impressive. I have to say, I'm impressed by it. It's terrible, but I'm impressed by that.
all right.
When I have no favorites, I can do that.
Okay, so that was a failure on the watch test. So as you guys are setting up, you've got this terrific meal going. Pappy, you found probably some rabbit. You've got a stew going. Everybody's sitting down and enjoying the stew. The fisherman's resting his shoulders and arms for the next leg of the journey. When you guys hear a crashing of the foliage and trees around you, and a pack of wild boars just run through your camp. All right, so how do you handle this? It's just a
You don't
pack
need
of
to
wild
spend bits
boars.
for bad things to happen to us. Bad things will happen to us anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so how do you handle this?
They
Badly.
assume they're attacking us.
They're running right through the camp, and unfortunately that means running right through you if you do not do something about it.
There's
There's a peck of
trees
them.
around, right?
Yeah, there are trees around. There's also a river around.
I fly into a tree and get my bow ready.
Okay. Yeah, Pappy is just like, I'm out of here.
Like, I'm just gonna get ready to start shooting stuff from above so I don't get ran over, because
Okay.
I'm tiny.
Pappy, who's
Persuade
next?
them not to run over us.
Pappy,
know.
who's next?
Oh, we're doing popcorn in this,
Yeah.
right? Richard.
Wuwar did not foresee this.
E1. I really don't know. I mean, just dodging out of the way of these things. I can't think of what else to do.
Sure.
Climb a tree, move out of the way.
Yeah,
There's nothing...
so you can just roll off the tree stump you were using as a seat. Go ahead and give me a roll for that. Seems like athletics would be a good.
Okay, well, here's a flat 3d6 roll then.
Okay, not bad.
Eh.
Okay.
Eh.
Yeah, you roll out of the way as a crashing boar just charges right through where your position was, so that accounts for one of them. Who's next?
Let's go to Cyrus or Bill.
All right. I probably will just roll out of the way and try to hit one with my blowgun.
Okay, well that's 2 actions because
Okay.
you're taking a defensive instead of just a movement. So, do you want to do both, or do you just want to get out of the way?
I'll just get out of the way this time.
All right, do me the same thing. You're just trying to react faster than the boar that's about to bore you down, bear you down.
So what am I rolling?
An athletics check if you've got athletics.
Yep.
Oh wow, with style, yeah.
All right.
Actually, you do that well enough. I'll let you, if you want to take a shot at one of the boars passing by, you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do I have a focus on this? I don't know if I have a focus on this or not. No, I don't. All right.
Oh wow. Okay, so go ahead. You should be able to click the damage for your weapon.
That's a
Jeez.
6.
Great success.
Mm-hmm.
And gain a fate point as well.
Yeah, I could didn't load for me.
All right. You down a boar with your little dart.
Nice.
You piff it right in the back of the skull, and it goes down. Leaving Morgan.
What I want to do is something that probably is not the same as what's going to happen. What I want to do is cast Shatter to make something explode to divert the path of the boar, so they shy away from the explosion and
Sure.
sort of divert the path away from somewhere else.
All right.
Go for it.
What do I roll? Spell casting, is it?
Yeah, it's a spellcasting roll.
Okay, aspect wits, focus, roll.
Great success. Okay.
Booyah!
Does the spell do damage?
No.
It just
I'm
makes
gonna
something
say-
explode?
I'm going to say no off the top of my head, unless someone's holding it. I'll just, you know what? I've got this button here that goes boom, and everyone can read it.
Okay, nice. I'm going to say then with the roll that you made, that will cause, since you got doubles there, that will cause the last boar to divert, go off, and so yeah, they just quickly run through the camp. Anybody got any woodlore skill? Any skill in
Survival boy.
survival? Yeah.
I have survival.
Anyone
I
else?
also have survival.
All right,
Lives there.
They didn't look like they weren't after you. It looked more like they were being chased or running from something, and you just happened to be the straightest path through where they were going. So they've just ran through your camp. You've got one dead boar laying there. That's some good eats.
Can I see anything from the top of the tree?
Yeah, this isn't dense wood, so you go up a little further. You really don't. You can see like the path that the boars just ran through the woods. Smaller saplings were knocked over. You can kind of trace it over into the plains off to the west, but you're not really seeing anything.
Maybe they were running from the dragon. The dragon's just going to follow us the entire way.
Do I look up?
Yeah, you look higher up.
Is there a dragon above us?
Why
There is
don't
now,
you?
because I just mentioned it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you make me an insight check?
Just insight?
If you've got any particular skill at being able to view things very well, otherwise just
No, not
insight.
in
I
this
would have thought it'd be notice.
Then notice.
Yeah, sorry, notice.
I
Too many game
don't have
systems.
that, so I will just look at the sky and see if there are any clouds there, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Another 9, which is just, par for
Yeah.
the course today.
Actually,
Wonderful triple, though. We're getting all these
that's
lucky
enough.
screws.
Yeah, you do actually see a big black shadow high in the sky that seems to be circling out towards the west a little bit.
It's a triple, wasn't it?
I
It's
mean-
amazing these rolls we get.
How far are we talking? Are
A
we talking
fair
like-
distance, like miles,
Alright.
miles.
So the boars were probably not running from the dragon. Sort of.
Well, it is in the direction the boars came from, according to
Uh.
what Pappy is saying.
Well, I say, pointing up, look, the dragon, as I foretold.
You find I foretold that.
Through you. It was my powers working through you. Indeed. Well, it might be the dragon coming to this. Maybe it started a forest fire. I don't know.
I'll just while we're on the river then.
Yep.
All right.
In the
Wake
meantime,
up in the middle of the
oh,
night and we're all cooked.
boar that's just been attacked by a dart that was in an assassin's blowgun. What sort of toxins are on that dart?
Only the spicy kind. The kind that make it delicious, right? Right, Cyrus?
Oh yeah. Poisons? Spices? What? I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we got a dead boar. Why don't we cut it up and keep the meat?
Yeah, if you make the time to either stew it or just make strips out of it and cook up the meat, that'll give you another couple of days worth of rations.
Did the fisherman even wake up?
Hmm?
Did the fisherman even wake up?
No, he didn't. There was one less boar than all of you, so he was not bored. All right, so you guys make up some rations. You get back on the water. Second leg of the trip, same thing again. Are we changing positions? Is someone else being the watcher this time?
I'll just take a moment to rest up. I'll roll at least one so I can spell it back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll watch again. I'll be primary watcher.
You want to
Let's
be
see
the
if I'm gonna
primary
worse than
watcher?
triple one.
Okay.
Let's see if I'm going to be worse than triple one. Anyone want to aid?
Sure.
Don't think I can without the skill.
Yeah, you've got to have the skill to be able to aid.
Oh, okay. We're okay.
No.
Mhm.
Let's see.
We're the only
Oh,
four
nice.
players. Wow.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, you do find, you do see a few hazards along the riverbank, so you don't stop. You go a little further than you intended to, so it's a bit into nightfall by the time Morgan you think you're clear of any danger. So you guys get down to just adjacent to the fallen giant wood. Which side of the river do you want to camp on for the night?
Whereabouts is that?
Let me see if I can do a little ping. I don't think you can ping in this.
Down there. Right,
yeah.
right, down there.
The fallen giant wood.
Ooh,
Yeah.
we're far.
Yeah.
Oh, far. Ooh. I would think on the side of the fallen giant wood, because that's more likely to be not the oasis.
Okay.
I want to do in the desert. Well, there's my recommendation. I know there's some with survival want to.
Mhm.
Happy,
So the
what would you
riverbank,
suggest?
the riverbank just outside of the giant wood is fairly. You've got good viewable distance. It looks like this is a place that many people have camped before. You can see some stones that have been set up from an older campfire at one point. So yeah, this is a good place. You pull over. Fishermen, you take some of the boar meat, takes some of the leftover soup, eats, and quickly goes to sleep. To rest up for the next voyage tomorrow. Tomorrow should get you into the city. Are you guys going to set up any kind of watch? Are you going to light any fires? How do you want to do this?
I don't think we should light fire, but I think we should definitely set up a watch.
How many of us can actually see this?
Oh, is dark vision not a thing?
No, I just mean generally for a watch.
Yeah. How many people actually have the notice skill?
Oh, I don't have the skill watch.
Yeah.
I'm the
Maybe
hunter.
we can do without a watch.
Yeah. Trust the
because
blind luck.
I was just no. Well, I mean yes, but preparations
Mm-hmm.
for that. If by putting out like subtle traps to keep us to alert us when somebody is approaching, like twigs on the ground at a very basic level.
Yeah, you've got survival, right?
Yeah,
Why don't you go ahead and make me a roll?
Nobody else.
Can I assist?
Do you have survival?
Yeah.
Then you can assist, yes.
And it's metal or.
It's roll a d6 and you need to get beneath
Let me look it up real quick.
something. One of your stats, whichever one you're
Yeah.
using, which might
Yeah,
be metal.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking about. So I wasn't supporting right last time, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny that.
Uh,
I'll just curl up with Puss and go to sleep.
Yeah, give me just a second. Let me look it up here, too. New rules, folks.
I keep forgetting I have a cat.
Assist action, page 40. All right. You roll a d6. If the result is equal to or lower than the skill aspect that you're assisting with, add the number on the die to the other character's roll. If the result is over that skill, add nothing. So roll a d6.
Okay. Just a flat d6.
Yep.
How do I? Is it just /
Slash R or something. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
5.
Is that lower than or equal to your skill aspect?
It's definitely higher.
Okay. Then yeah, you're not much help.
Alright.
All right, Richard. What do you end up
you
with?
keep pointing out that look, if they had wings, they could just fly over these things that you're putting on
Yeah,
the
you
ground.
just like fly up there.
Yeah.
Why can't you just fly up there?
I show off my goat legs. Okay. Would this be wits or
This would
insights?
definitely be wits. Yeah.
Wits. All right. Then. Focus in it though, but
Okay. So
it was
what?
another 9.
So what I'm going to do is
Oh,
you
no,
got
it's
you got an 11. If the watch action doesn't go well and there is an encounter, if that is higher than the threat level of the encounter, then your traps will work to alert you.
Okay.
Well, we've decided not to take a watch action. So.
Yep.
My traps are fine. They will alert us. Rely on the power of the prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are not. You're not setting a fire, and nobody is setting a watch. So you guys just bank a little bit off the river, just outside the fallen giant wood, and just leave it to luck.
What can possibly go wrong?
Just leave it to luck. All right.
I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, you got a prophet. You know, if something bad were going to happen, surely the prophet would know something was going to happen, right? Okay.
No weird spirits around because I would sense that.
All right. So here's what happens. Deep into the night, you are. Some of your traps go off. Enough that, you've got something's basically set up just to make some noise, right?
Yeah.
The odd thing is it's not the traps that you sent further out around you. It's some of the smaller traps you set closer into the camp that's going off. And since they were your traps, I'm going to say that you're more keenly aware of what it sounds like. And you wake up, and there is a black bird pecking through your backpack, like pulling out shiny things. And you look around the camp. There's a whole bunch of black birds in the camp that just seem to be stealing this anything that's shiny and laying out. They're like grabbing them and flying away.
Ah! I say, trying to
Yeah.
with my arms, scare you away.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah, looking very offended. These black feathered birds give out just like a thunderous caw. There's a good 20 of them around maybe, and they each take flight. Some of them have shinies on them, some of them don't. They take off. So I'm going to say, since they were your traps and you made a successful roll there, they did not take anything of consequence out of your pack. However, Pappy, Do you have an inventory of what Pappy is keeping?
I have a flute, a songbook, a haversack, and a water bottle.
Roll a d4.
No.
Uh-oh. I don't like the sound of that.
2.
You're okay. So, was there anything in the haversack?
I'd say, I mean, no. It was just an empty bag. 'Cause
Okay.
everything else
Yeah,
would
your
be on
bag's
my
gone.
person.
Yeah, one of the crows
Oh.
just, took an interest in your bag, and it is taking your bag.
Bastards.
Morgan, do you have an inventory list?
Yep, yep. In the haversack, I had. Well, I wouldn't have the bedroll with that little. Just tinderbox, mess kit, water bottle, lantern, 2 flasks of oil. The standard.
Roll a d5.
I'm gonna roll a d6 in order of 6.
Okay, what's the second thing on your list?
Ignoring the bedroll, mess kit.
Okay, yeah. So it took like something like a spoon or a fork out of the mess kit. Didn't take the whole kit. Just took something shiny in the kit. Bill, you got a
It's
inventory
not
list?
fingers anyways.
Yeah, I got some stuff.
All right. Just roll a die corresponding to the number of stuff that you have that would make sense for it to be in your bag.
Okay. All right.
Sounds like Cyrus is carrying a lot of stuff.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm carrying a lot of stuff. That's not a lie. All right, so I can roll. How do I?
/R space in the die number of die and size. Okay, what's number 7 on your list?
Okay. 1, 2, 3. It looks like my mess kit is gone.
Okay, same thing. It's not your whole mess kit. They just take like a spoon or fork or something shiny out of the mess kit and have carried it off.
Damn it.
You'll need that spork someday. It was the brand new titanium spork.
I'll just keep the spork next time I order Chinese or something. Okay, I'll do that.
All right. But yeah, that seems to be all that passes in the night. Just a flock of birds was attracted by some shinies. But yeah, next morning you're off again. You're back into the water. Nothing else no other hazards. You have a meal. Take off again.
Well, some of us have a bit of trouble with the meal. But hey, my fork's gone.
Yeah. I have to eat with this here knife now. Soup is difficult to eat with a knife.
Use your hands or rest them all to your mouth or whatever you gotta do.
Whatever
As
you
you
gotta
can
do.
piece with the knife, that's the real one. Try to balance them on the knife blade.
Mm-hmm. So today, you're by late afternoon. You're approaching the outer edges of the city where there's a bunch of farmland. So you start passing by tilled farmland. You see cattle out and such. Yes, and you do hear the roaring of the falls well before you run into it. But what is your objective here? Are you going to spend a day in the city, or are you just going to pass on through and just port your boat to the opposite side to get to the Gray Swamp? What do you want to do? The city is an enormous place. Everyone knows about the city. It is, highly patrolled. There's a lot of great things in the city, but there's a lot of bad things about the city too. So what are your plans?
I don't particularly want to stay in the city for any reason. I mean, there's nothing here that I want. So I would say, I would argue just move on down to the Grey Swamp. But
Are we doing this for someone? Did someone employ us, or are we just doing this because we?
Most expedient way to get to the Gray Swamp was to take the river.
No. The original we set out to the Great Forest. Was that? Did someone tell us to go do that? Or
Yeah, you have to find the Enchantress.
No, the reason we went to the Great Forest in the first place. The thing that
somebody
started
tell
off
us
this
to go to the
adventure.
Great Forest and say,
Who, did someone tell us to go to the Great Forest?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Who was that?
Just someone you guys knew, asking you to check out.
Is that someone in the city?
I'm gonna say no. It's not like
Okay.
it was. It's not like it was somebody higher up in the the hierarchy, or it was not a noble or anyone like that. It's just someone that you all kind of knew. asked you
Just
to
the
look
main
into
thing I
it.
wanted to do in the city then was just sort of check out, listen to rumors, which always goes wrong, just to see if there's any other tales of dark, evil / dragons / graveyards coming to life, just so we can see what else this thing's been causing.
Okay. Well, one thing you're noticing as you're passing by the farmlands is while there are livestock out on the fields, they don't seem to be tended. You're not seeing any shepherds with their flocks. There doesn't seem to be anyone out watching the cows as they're, mingling from one field to the next. You see the huts and the hovels of the farmers and the people that till the land out here. None of them seem to have fires going in their smokestacks. It seems to be just devoid of people. Now, everyone who has it, go ahead and make me a notice roll.
I'm rolling. Give me a moment.
Lovely
We're
on
getting all
those
the triples.
triples with the low numbers.
We're getting all the triples for some reason. So we've done a 1, a 2, and a 3. So we've just got the 4, 5, and 6 to go. When we get a triple 6, whoa! It's
All
going to
right.
be on some really minor thing that won't matter.
That's actually enough, though. Target was a 10.
Yeah, and that's an extraordinary success, though.
So, kind of having the feeling of what you just experienced in the smaller town that you just came out of. You're looking over the fields. You see some of the more established cottages that have like ancestral burial grounds nearby. You're seeing some of the tombs are laying over and the ground is disturbed.
Wow, crap. Oh, by the way, my background is city dweller, so I probably do know the city a fair bit.
Yes, there you go.
It's out here too, folks.
What's out here too?
The disruption caused by the removal of the talisman. See those there tombs? Those there tombs have been opened. Looks like they've been opened from the inside.
Well. Well, that's all I've got to say on that.
Yeah, and that's right. The sooner we get to the Empress, the better, if she knows anything about this. Enchantress.
Okay. So you make the bend, and the river is quickly picking up speed. Fisherman asks where you'd like. We need to get out of the river before we hit that falls. Preferably, would like to do this out here in the farmland.
Yeah.
I mean, there is a dock that this runs right through. I mean, you can go right into the city and disembark at a dock if you'd rather.
That might be better.
And I assume if we do want to portage the boat, the less we have to portage it, the better.
Okay. All right. So you go into the city. The docks do have several ships that are tied up. Most of these are, well, when you say ships, I mean, this is not much of this is not like a huge, deep river. They're mostly like yours, or maybe slightly better, that carry flat-bottomed and carry a lot of cargo on top. There is almost no
one.
one
Sideways into it.
There you go. There's almost no one out on the docks. The few people that you do see seem to be staying to their boats. Many of them these are like cargo boats. They're kind of like sitting high up on the cargoes, like they have a better look of things. They have weapons drawn, and they all look to be very nervous looking around. You can hear a loud crowd a little further into the city, and you can, just kind of scanning as you come up into the docks and looking. The city itself has a wall that protects the inner city from the outer city, and it seems like there's just a mass of humanity right at the walls, like they're trying to get in, maybe, or that there's some kind of demonstration or something going on there that's causing a ruckus. The crowd does not seem happy.
I'd like to fly up and look over the crowd.
Okay.
Crowd are living, right?
That's one of the things that Pappy can see at first. Yeah, these are
Just
living
checking.
people. It's not a wall of undead trying to break in. It looks like it's all the villagers from the outlying countryside. Some of them have pitched very simple tents, and there's kind of like a very small tent village going on. It looks like they're yelling and petitioning to get in. There are many guards along the walls. Many of them have crossbows, and they're yelling at the crowd to either depart or step back from the walls. It looks like they are allowing some of the populace in, but just a small number at a time.
Hmm.
And then since you're flying, Pappy, you get a good look at the inside of the city. That tent village that is on the outside of the walls seems to be repeated in like the open market squares, or you would think they would be market squares of the city, but instead of there being people hawking goods, a lot of like temporary tents and lean-tos have been put into effect. And it looks like some of the villagers that have been allowed in are now living here. You see the city's guardians are all very much wary of the gates. And it looks like there's like a public pyre where there's just bodies that have been just, packed and have been burned.
Oh.
So that's what you see. And unfortunately,
They see
make
you.
me
Crossbow.
make me a notice check.
I don't have notice
Then
as a skill.
it's just 3 dice.
Alright,
Really learning which skills you should have picked up at the beginning. Boating and Gnosis.
that is... Oh, it doesn't tell me. 4, 4, and a 5.
4, 4, and a 5.
It doesn't
Okay,
say
that's
which
actually
one
good.
is the karma dice.
Yeah, some of the guards do start tracking you with crossbows, and they do shoot. So you're going to take half damage from this, so take 2 points of damage, as one of the
Ouch.
crossbow bolts does impale you in a leg.
Ow. Okay. So 2 points damage, and that goes past my armor?
Nope. If you've got armor, make it X in the first box, and then just a regular slash in the next.
Okay, so X in the first, slash in the next. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. The guards are yelling. Several of them are training more crossbows on you. So you're the only one in danger right now. So let's just go with what are you doing?
I put my hands up. I was like, whoa, whoa, I just wanted to see what was going on. I just got
Yeah, they
here.
just
And
start
I
screaming
start
at you.
going
Back to
down.
the other side! Back to the other
Yeah.
side! And
I
they're
go
cocking
down.
and loading crossbows.
I slowly go back down, like, holy shit, dude. Like,
All right, yeah, they were very panicked at you trying to breach the wall.
I wasn't trying to breach it. I literally just went
But
straight
you
up. and was
did!
looking.
You did! All right. Yeah. So you guys are still at the docks. Pappy, I guess, will come back and report what's going on.
Yeah, I tell them, I'm like, looks like there's like a little refugee camp inside, and they fucking shot me.
What'd you do?
I flew into the air and looked at stuff, and they just shot me.
Hold on just a second, guys.
Just checking. Where is...
Okay, I'm back.
I should use my stealth to sneak up and stab the dude that shot you.
Yes, let's escalate this situation.
Why not?
Well, just speaking of, I just want to see something.
So the one person that's close to you on the dock here, that's on that cargo barge, and he's kind of used his cargo crate to create a little wall around his ship, and he's kind of in the middle looking out over it, and he sees you guys, and he looks very frightened. He's got like a spear that he's kind of laid on the top box. Wide eyes.
Let's just go around. Because obviously there's a
I'm
two
gonna
situation.
make a face
we can
at
just-
him as we pass by.
Oh, if you do that, especially since you are a ghoul, yeah, he cries out, and he
Allegedly.
ducks down behind his crates. Allegedly,
Just
a
checking
ghoul.
what
Yes.
my morality meter was telling me I probably do.
Mhm.
This is non-neutral. Yeah, let's not get involved.
I mean, the faster we clear up this talisman problem, the faster the city goes back to its regular things anyway. So
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get lucky and the dragon will wipe out the city.
That's not neutral.
Well, it is. You might be
Well,
on the
he
side of the
attacked
dragon.
me.
They saved one city. We're gonna let the other one burn.
It's equivalent exchange.
All right, so you guys are just gonna go around then. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Commit.
you just
Yeah.
port your boat to the far side of the city, drop it back in the river, and then you can go through some of the farmlands. So as you're doing this and you're going through the farmlands, you're seeing more of these small private cemeteries have been disturbed. You're seeing some of the homes look like they've been broken into, like the doors are wide open. They look like they've done some damage. But you are seeing a few farmhouses where there are still people in there, and they've boarded up and nailed up the doors. They've closed the windows. There are a few people on the roofs, just kind of out looking around.
I guess as we're walking along, I'll like shout at somebody on the roof. Just go, hey, where did they all go?
Where did they all go? Who's they?
The
What
the
up?
only things that are worth mentioning right now, the things which came out of the crypts. Come on.
We don't know. We don't know. They go back. They go back down during the day, and they come back out at night. And if they bit you, or they put the sign on you, you turn.
Hmm,
Okay,
good to know.
well, that's different. Well, you keep sitting on that roof.
So if they've gone back down, pour in some oil and set it on fire.
It's like, ooh, that's a good idea. Martha, burn the graveyard.
I mean, yeah.
I kind of ask him before he like dips out of sight with this information of pyromania. I'm just like, are we heading the right way to the swamp?
Yeah, they just keep you just keep going where you're going. You hit the swamps. Good luck
Alright.
with all them black dragons.
Good luck with all that dead stuff.
Oh, black dragons. Black dragon.
I'm thinking of just the one. Why have one when you can have a whole swarm?
Yeah, he said that plural. That's
Yeah.
worrisome.
Yeah. Oh, if you've got any survival, black dragons are actually they're not that large. They are poisonous, but they are not that large. All
Well,
right,
that's
so
fine. If it's just poisonous, you just don't eat it.
yeah,
Now, if they're venomous, that'd be a different story.
you get you're starting down into the gray swamps here. It was already late afternoon when you hit the city. You maybe spent an hour porting your boat across and just those encounters. So by the end of the night, you're going to be just outside of the city, just outside of the last farm areas. So here's the question: are you going to risk pulling off and camping not too far away from the farmlands, or do you want to push further into the swamp before you try and camp?
Dragons or zombies?
Dragons might be easier to hear. Zombies are kind of shuffly and shambly, so they'd be more quiet, I think. I don't know. Let's see. What would my survival tell me about dragons?
Not a
Give me a
lot.
roll.
Lore is
Yeah.
what you want for dragons.
Yeah, just give me survival lore in general, and I'll give you something from that. If you have lore, I'll give you some
I have
other
lore.
things. You
I've
have
got
lore? Hey,
Yeah.
either one. If anybody wants to give me either a survival check or a lore check, I'll give you a little something.
Lore what?
Would lore be
Wits.
wits? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Perfect. There we go, and I get a fate point.
No, I got the fate point. You got sod all.
Oh, you got the fate point. I got the wrong order. Okay.
You both got great successes.
Right.
Depends what the threshold was.
Okay, so Dion, you rolled survival, right?
Yarp.
You
Okay,
wrote-
so target for
No, I
survival was
rolled lore. I had lore
Oh,
too.
you rolled
So
lore.
you said lore gave me more, so I took lore.
right. Lore was harder though.
Okay.
So a 13, I'll basically give you, yeah, so the species of black dragon that live in the gray swamp, they're more serpent than dragon, so, they do have legs, no wings, they don't fly, they belch poisonous fumes, They're generally not aggressive, though, unless you happen upon their territory or their hunting grounds.
Okay.
So generally, if you leave them alone, they'll leave you alone. Unless you happen to be in their hunting grounds, and then you're just meat.
I pass that info along.
But generally not aggressive. 22, though, Jameis, did you roll survival or did you roll lore?
Lore, I don't have survival.
All right. Lore. So with lore, I'm going to say you actually know a little bit about what to do if you get poisoned by one of them. There's a particular
bad thing.
couple of herbs that grow in the swamp that you can harvest for that.
Cool.
And there's nothing particular about them that's like difficult. Like their skin is slimy and rubbery, so they have protection against weapons from that. But it's not like they're enchanted in any way. You know, there's nothing special
Do I
about
know
them.
how they hunt? Like, is it based on sound, on sight, on smell?
All the above. They actually have very poor eyes. They hunt mostly
Hmm.
on smell and movement. They tend to, this gas comes out, it stuns their prey, makes them so they'll take them under the water or under the muck, where they have burrows.
I was thinking if we spread the muck on us, that'll probably help disguise our smell.
Their biggest prey is usually like wild boar. There's a lot of wild boar through the swamps here.
Yep. Well known for boar, swamps as boar.
Yeah. Who here smells like long pig? Anyone? Anyone? Yeah. All right. Yep. So there you go.
Any of us who's human in this group?
One human.
Yeah, I roll randomly on all my stats.
So which is it then? Camping in the swamp or camping outside the city?
I'd say the swamp would be safer than a horde of zombies eating us.
I was going to say nearer the city because there's probably less zombies at the moment, and if we just sort of do a quick bit of scout around before, when we stop, we can see if there are graveyard here and pyromania are a way to safety with them, so there would be less zombies around.
Okay. I don't have fire, but yeah,
I got oil.
if you want to do that, yeah, I'm down.
Well, let alone we've all got lightning bolt and stuff.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, and so you also have the choice of you can just camp out under the stars, or you can just pick one of the abandoned farmhouses that are towards the very end of the cultivated areas.
If we go for the farmhouse, we can barricade ourselves.
Yeah, let's make sure it's empty for sure. Make sure no one's in there squatting
Sorry?
before we squat.
So it's not quite yet night when you pick one of the very last farmsteads. It's a small plot. Their sheep are still out. It looks like they just threw big bales of hay in there and plenty of water, but just left them to their own devices. Doesn't seem like these things crawling out of the graves particularly care about livestock, because you haven't seen a single like carcass of a sheep or a cow that's been, chewed to death or anything like that. This is a fairly small farmhouse, just a single story. It looks like it still has stout doors. The windows were already barricaded up. You come in, you knock just to make sure. It looks like they did flee with what small possessions they have. But there's several hammocks in this farmhouse. It's got a thatched roof like all the other ones, but it's got good beams. And the windows are already boarded up. So that's what you choose.
Great.
Okay.
And push, grab a hammock and go to sleep.
All right. So you use your stores for tonight instead of doing hunting. So just one ration is marked off, but you already had extra from the boar. Is anyone setting watches tonight?
I don't have the ability.
Well, you can still roll. You just don't get to add in your...
Yeah, I'll roll, I guess. I'll do a watch.
Okay.
That's a 10, which
Alright.
is 2, 6, and a 2.
Okay.
Oh, it's a success. Great success.
Generally on watches, you want to get a 14 or better, just so you know. That's the average number of what you're looking for. deep into the night, then you guys do hear around you the sounds of things battering at doors. Occasionally, you'll hear a cry in the distance. The hovel that you're in, you do hear like there's some rattling at the door deep into the night and some banging, but it doesn't seem like unless is anyone doing anything when you hear that. Let's just put it that way.
Stay nice and quiet. I even
Roll
make
over.
sure to like look at other people and be like, I don't
Okay.
even say anything. I'm just like,
Cyrus, meal delivery.
Yep. There is kind of like a snuffling sound, but if you guys don't make any noise and you didn't light any fires or anything, it just moves on. Towards dawn, Pappy, since you were the one that was kind of like being watchful, you do hear some digging like at the ground beneath you. So like this has got a sod floor that's got some timbers laid over it. So
and you said it's dawn.
it's near dawn. It's a couple of hours out, and you hear some like digging beneath you.
I get everyone awake and I point to the floorboards, and I don't know. I'm just like,
Yep.
Yeah, I'm an hammock. The floorboards all the way below me.
I fly up into the rafters. Just keep a bow ready.
Okay. Does anybody else do anything?
I mean, I guess I get ready. I got a mace. I pull out a mace.
Okay. There is some scratching at the. It sounds like the bottom of the board. So whatever it was has breached the ground and has reached the board that's making up the floor. And there's a little pounding. There's a small tear, and a skeletal hand is able to punch its way through the floorboard. Wooar. So you're playing whack-a-mole as you got your mace.
I kind of look over at Javis's character and I'm like,
Just do me some damage with your mace. You don't even need to hit or make a to hit roll. Just roll the damage for your mace.
Bonk, 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 bonk.
Yeah. So you shatter the hand. You hear some more scrabbling back underneath the ground, but nothing else comes up through the floorboard.
Not your home anymore. It's been repossessed. I shout after it.
so right above the hole in the floor, I'm gonna like separate the thatch a little bit
Mm-hmm.
so that when the sun does come in, it just goes straight down into the hole.
Okay. Yeah, and then that's it. Dawn comes in a couple more hours. You guys had a restless sleep, but you did get sleep. You got food. You weathered the night. Come dawn, you do see some farmers in the distance are like setting fires and dragging corpses. It looks like they're just burning whatever came out at night.
Bring out your dead.
Bring out your newly animated dead. Your
I'm
new
not
dead,
dead
your
yet.
old dead. We don't care.
I'm not dead yet. Yeah, but Jim, you understand you got bit.
You'll be dead soon enough. Jump in the fire. All right. So, you head into the Gray Swamp. In the Gray Swamp. So, all of you know that the Enchantress has a hut somewhere out here. No one knows exactly where the hut is. So, you're going to have to search around a bit. And while the boat is certainly able to get you to the Gray Swamp, it's not a flat bottom boat. It's not really made for going through swamp. So, at some point, you have to ditch it. And you're going to have to start searching by foot.
Oh, and here I thought that we could get by without the flat bottom boats. Damn it.
They make the swamping world go round.
They do.
Mhm.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Friendon would be proud. Yeah, I guess we ditched the boat. Is our sailor guy gonna come with us, or is he gonna guard the boat? He's my follower.
Probably coming. You might want to port the boat in case you need it. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
means you get to stay alone. No, wait, if he's coming.
Well, he could probably get into the city, right?
If you want to
Yes.
send
Then
him
we'd have
back,
to walk back.
yeah.
Yeah, just
Oh
send
no,
him
that's
back.
fine. You can go. We don't need you anymore. It's all right. Thanks.
Oh, I mean, like, just tell him.
No, we
for
don't need him anymore.
safety.
We're all good.
Okay.
I can get us back to. I put up the portal in the village last time
Yeah.
when we were up there. I can get us back there.
Oh,
If we need
okay.
to.
And then we just take a boat back down again.
If we need to, yeah. You can find it.
I'll
we'll
find
leave
another
that
guy.
village dry of boats if it's the last thing we do.
Your boats are ours.
Yeah.
All right. So you start searching around the swamp. So again, this is exploration. Who is the guide this time? It's the guide who's going to be mostly doing the looking out.
So who can both look and knows how to survive in a swamp?
It's a lore wits or a survival insight.
I
This is
have.
more wits.
That was if it's survival insight.
I'll just hunt.
I'll do
That's-
nothing again. That'll
yeah,
be
I'll-
fine.
I'll hunt.
Okay. So who's going to be the primary guide, looking for any sign of the enchantress or any, an idea of where she might be? Who's doing that?
Fine, I'll
I need
do
a
it. If
primary
it's-
guy, and then if
If
somebody
it's
can
more
be
wits, I can do it.
okay. If anyone wants to be secondary to help, certainly that can be done.
I will help. Yes.
Ooh.
And I will use my special ability, Hour of Need.
Mm-hmm.
When a character you see rolls a test, you can use an action to assist as if you have the relevant skill.
Okay.
So even if I don't have it, instead of using a skill, you use your craft for the assist instead. So
So D6 versus your craft if
yeah, I
it's
cannot
under?
fail this.
Okay.
So add
3
3
points.
to whatever you roll.
Okay, unfortunately, modifier 3. Okay, cool. I can do that. Which triple do you want to call? Which triple I get this time?
1 triple ones.
666. Come on, 666. Mark of the Beast. Oh.
Only doubles.
Okay. It is a success though. 19, so 14 is what we're looking for. You
Great
do
success.
actually find a trail.
There it is.
Yep. It looks like it's a beaten trail, so like some human or some humanoid has created a trail through the swamp, uses it often, it appears like. And so, yeah, you're not sure if it's the enchantresses, but it is something. It is a trail to follow.
Lay on, Macduff.
Okay.
I'm assuming if it's a trail, it's most likely outside of hunting grounds or nesting grounds of the dragons, because people wouldn't want to walk through that. So, hopefully.
Of course, leading you to your doom. Dion, Pappy is hunting, you said?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I choose to get a standard success.
Okay, so you find swamp edibles to
My
get you
Also,
by.
look out for the anti-poison berries. Look out for those as
yeah.
well.
Actually, if you want to take a standard success, I will say that has been found. So you have a few doses, enough for each of you if you do get poisoned by the dragon. Now, is anyone being the watcher this time around?
I can't.
Yeah.
Not if you're leaving.
Well, Bill's the only one who's not doing anything, so
All right, Bill. If you don't have the notice ability, it's just 3 dice.
better than nothing, and you're muted, by the way.
Still muted.
There we go.
There we go.
Sorry. Just
Yep.
3 dice, right?
Just 3 dice. So you can just hit the button that says roll, and that'll do it.
Ooh.
There we go.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. Yeah, that's
Nice.
nice. Okay. So, yeah, you are able to, tell everyone, wait a minute, let's let these animals pass the path and then go forward. So you're able to lead everybody up the path without it causing any issues. And you see ahead of you, nestled within a very small copse of these swamp trees, there's a freshwater creek bubbling near it. It is a shack made of mud and wood. It's got a sod, like a soil sod roof. You don't hear anything, nor do you see any lights on inside.
Is my
I'm s-
spirit sense tingling?
Spirit sense? No.
I am going to call out, "Hello, Enchantress! Ho, the hut!" before I sort of get up there, just so so you
There's
turn up and then she goes, "Attack!"
there's no answer, and you
Yeah,
step up to the hut. It's just got
yeah,
a flimsy wooden door, and it's slightly ajar. It's not locked. It's just slightly open.
it's a jar. Okay, we put the jar aside.
You put the jar aside. Yes, put the jar aside.
I'm gonna knock, but kind of knock so that it pushes the door
Right.
open a bit more.
Yeah. It's a small, tidy room. There's a small hearth here, but it doesn't look like anyone's cooked on it recently. There's no fire in it now. There's a small pallet of straw against a corner that she probably uses as a bed. There's a wooden chest near that. There's a leather-bound journal that sits atop a rickety table and a bundle of simple clothing in a heap near the table. There's also a pointed hat under which you hear a mournful croaking sound.
Did she turn herself into a toad again?
Or somebody might have done, perhaps because we were
Well,
seeking her out.
whatever you do, refuse to read the journal, so we never find out what it is.
I'm gonna pick up the hat.
Okay, there is a gray toad staring at you and ribbits
Yeah.
rather mournfully at you.
I pick the toad up.
Okay. It allows you to pick it up.
I stare at it for a minute. I look back at the party. I look back at the toad. I look back at the party while holding the toad.
You're gonna lick it, aren't you?
Is
I
anything
look
bad
back
happening
at
to
the
him?
toad. I'm like, well, I am a fair maiden. And I just lean in and I give it a kiss.
Oh, jeez.
It's a
Okay.
psychedelic toad, so you trip balls for the next hour.
Wow. Wow. Nice background for it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the smooch does nothing, but yes, actually, let me have you make a test here. Just make a straight brawn test. So add your brawn to 3 dice.
Oh, okay. Boop. 11.
Oh yeah, that was no joke. You do start just hallucinating. Yeah.
I look at the toad. All of a sudden, he starts speaking to me and has a little crown on his head. Congratulations, Papillon! You've freed me from my curse, and now you are the queen of the frogs. And I'm just like, Queen of the Frogs! And set the toad down and start skipping around and dancing and flying around. Just Queen of the Frogs! And just, little loop-de-loops and.
Pappy is now communicating in dance interpretation, apparently.
I have a CVS receipt and I'm ribbon twirling.
Oh, it seems like Fabiona's minored in some of the prophecy stuff. I've seen many people doing this sort of interpretation before, so yeah. How they do things.
It's not a very good dance. I rolled a 7.
Oh,
All right, all
Alright,
right. all
can
right.
you... hey there, toad who was under a hat. Are you the enchantress? Can you hop to the left for a yes, and hop to the right if it's a no? Also, can you understand me?
It just looks at you mournfully and croaks.
You can't hop left or right. You don't understand us. Oh, this is horrifying.
I give in to the inevitable and look at the journal.
Oh no, not the book.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so you grab the journal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make me a
No.
decipher or a lore wits test.
Ooh. I don't think I'll just do. Actually, do decipher. I'm going to roll decipher because I have it. Decipher wits. I assume.
Mm-hmm. 19.
Ooh,
Actually.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a success.
Great success.
So it seems that the enchantress has been, excuse me, experimenting with a bunch of spells out here. There's a lot of interesting stuff at the beginning, but towards the end, she's writing more frantically. Um, there's information about she's trying to increase the range of a divination spell, which is generally limited to a few, 50 kilometers or so. Uh, the final notation on this reads, if the spell backfires, we'll need wild amaranth root for reversal.
Anyone have wild amaranth fruit?
Did I find any while foraging earlier?
No, not with just a standard success, no.
Okay.
So
Is that
Peppy,
sort of something in
Can I
Uh,
look around her
Yeah?
hut there to see if she's got any?
not
I
Tristan, Iwa. Iwa, do you know what this stuff
let's
looks like?
listen to Cyrus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cyrus, what are you saying?
I was gonna say, does can I look around her hut to see if she has anything?
Yeah, you can do that. Make me a notice check. If you don't have
Okay.
notice, just 3 dice.
Did well before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably not.
Right.
Well, maybe.
She does have a fair number of herbs on the shelf, looking around through them. Do you have survival?
I don't. I do have skill with poison, so I figure I might have skill with herbs and shit.
They don't translate that well. It's a very specific subset of herbs. Which you do notice some. She does have some poisons on her shelf, but you're not seeing anything that looks like amaranth.
I might accidentally pocket some of them.
Pufferfish toxin, huh?
Doesn't that just make you hallucinate?
Foxglove. Yeah, but it doesn't appear that she has any on the shelf.
I fly up to Jameis and I just put my little tiny hands on his cheeks and I just go, "You're the cutest little bunny I've ever seen." And I just kiss him on the nose and fly away giggling.
I wouldn't go near Puss in that situation. So, survival person. It's amaranth herb.
If you have survival, if you just have it, you know that it does grow in the swamps.
You guys were looking for amaranth? It's out partying with the other plants outside. Look, we should go party too. And I start just doing the Macarena and just fly out the door.
I'm gonna go outside to make sure he doesn't hurt himself.
Whoops, he accidentally hurt himself. Oh, shame.
Can I roll a survival to look for amaranth while tripping balls?
Sure can. Sure can.
That's awesome.
Is that wits?
In this case, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Boop. That's a
Ah.
10.
Okay. 10's not enough. So you start looking around, but you're like
Wait.
it's more
I'm
like
gonna-
you're looking around, but you keep looking at the same area. Like you're just going in circles in the same area.
Can I? Oops, I clicked it. I meant to. You know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna save that for now. Okay, yeah. So I fail.
Yep.
Well, if someone else wants to look, I didn't do so well.
I mean, yes, we can go out there and look around, but that would involve me doing something this adventure. I have been resolutely not doing anything this adventure.
Can't you just like prophesize us
alright.
finding it so I can
Yes,
find
I will-
it?
I will pick a random direction and say, yes, this way, as the prophecy foretold. Try and find someone's herb.
Okay. Do you have a skill in survival?
I have survival also,
Okay.
so yeah. And you say wits for
Mhm.
finding this thing?
Can I assist?
No. Yeah, you've already tried the roll yourself, so no, you can't assist at this point.
I assist by sitting on his shoulder and singing Smash Mouth's All Star. But I get the verses mixed up.
There is only one verse, is that not?
No, there's
there's,
a couple of verses,
like-
but they are largely out. You can sing them out of order. You wouldn't really notice.
Yeah.
Um,
Do you remember how to roll?
no, alright, I will just keep going. No, I was thinking about spending a point of fate to get the bonus die, but no, I'll just roll and see what happens and fail
Yeah,
miserably.
you should be good enough without it. Not the triple
Nah.
one. Ooh.
No, see.
I use
Only-
my boon ability to let you re-roll the Kismet die. Because I can see
Oh.
you as I sing the song of my people. Hey now,
Sure.
you're an all-star. Find the amaranth root. Yeah.
So just
Alright,
re-roll
so-
a d6, and that will become the Kismet die instead.
Yeah, hopefully this is a
It's a
6.
pity this doesn't actually have Kismet die as one of the things you can roll.
Okay.
So there we have no
14.
14.
That makes it
14.
14. That's
yeah,
a success.
additional 3.
In fact, you do stumble upon a growth of amaranth. Unfortunately, it seems to be being devoured by like you find some. You're not sure if it's enough. It was a larger patch, but it looks like it's being eaten by something. And you're looking, and as you're looking, you see a giant beetle. When I say giant, it's not like a teeny. It's more like the size of a large mouse. Comes up and starts chewing on the plant that you're about to extract.
Hey now, go away. Shoo. Shoo.
Okay. So like the ground around you erupts with these pincer heads that start coming up all around you. What do you want to do?
Yeah, do I have enough amaranth or not yet?
Yeah, well, you don't know if you have enough. You pick this
Alright,
one
then-
just as if the beetle was coming up to eat it. You've got this one leaf in your hand, or this one, stalk in
No,
your hand.
I want to get as much as far more than just one bit. So
Here, you lead them away. I fly and I fly above them so that I'm out of range. Hopefully they can't fly. I'm just like, lead them away. I'll grab more. I'll grab more, and then we'll take all their booze so they can't party.
all right, yeah. So I run away, going.
So
Ah!
these are a bunch of frat boy beetles protecting their booze.
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna try and lead them away. You said. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I need
Sure
some
what
kind of
I've got
roll
that
to
I can-
overcome the thing. What would make the most sense here?
Deception or
Yeah, maybe. I'm just.
maybe persuasion or
Can't really persuade something you can't speak to.
wave the food at it like a carrot on a stick.
I just I'll just pick up a bunch of other stuff that is nearby, another similar
Right.
plant, and hope that the leaves that I do have are enough to entice them. That look, I'm stealing all of this food, and you should chase
Sure.
after me. Rather.
Maybe we'll call that a deception roll. What's Cyrus doing, by the way? Everyone, well, Morgan and Cyrus, you're left in the house. There are some things you still haven't checked out in the house.
Cyrus went out to follow Peppy.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in the house still. So
You're
I'm
still in the
reading the
house.
journal. I'm ignoring what it's going on.
Okay. Well, let's see how well you lead the beetles away, Richard.
Deception, you say?
Yeah.
Deception. Wits again, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right then. Come this way. I wish you to do so.
Okay.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, it works. You got a low threat level. So you lead these patches of beetles that are erupting out of the ground, and they start following you as you tempt them away with the food. Pappy, you swoop down and start harvesting more of the amaranth. Cyrus,
I'm
what are
gonna
you doing?
grab as much as I can.
I don't know. I guess I'm gonna try to help Ewar get away.
All right. So yeah, you hands you some of the foliage too, and you kind of split up, leading the beetles deeper into the swamps, giving Pappy more time. Morgan, what are you doing?
I'm in the house. I'm ignoring whatever it is that they're doing.
Okay. You doing anything else in the house?
I'm just looking through the journal more to try and get a sense of what it is. Or Also looking around to see if she's got any spell books that I can nick. I mean, acquire spell. I mean, see if she's got any spell books.
Oh, the only other thing in the house, other than what's on her desk, is this wooden chest that's near her. Her little mat that she sleeps on.
Sure. Well, we won't invade her privacy this far. Why not go further?
Okay, it does have a lock on it. You can attempt to
Okay.
pick it, which is a tinker agility test, or you can just smash it open.
I am not going to pick open the chest. If it's actually, I'll test it as it's locked, and if it's locked, then it's
Yeah, it
I'm
is
not gonna
locked.
worry, but I'm not that thing, so. I'll also keep an eye on the frog to make sure it doesn't hop away. To chase it down.
Yeah, it just
So
sits there.
nothing particularly exciting. Let's move on to the others.
We'll assume then that after a bit you've led the beetles on a merry chase, left them with their spoils, and Pappy comes back, starting to have something of a hangover, with a bunch of amaranth root.
I just float into the cabin and I got like dark circles under my eyes all of a sudden, and I'm just like, I got the stuff.
It's not here.
Right.
I give it to Morgan. I'm just like, here, amaranth.
Okay, so the next part is to try to feed the amaranth. Does the book can say about having to prepare it in any particular way? Just
No, doesn't say it has to be prepared at all.
Okay, so now I'll try and feed amaranth to the toad.
Okay. The toad devours it and almost immediately begins to transform. It takes just a moment for the toad to change into a middle-aged woman with long, wild, dark hair, shot with silver. The first thing she does is look over to her wooden chest and just nods and says, "Well, thank you." She picks up the hat that was on the table and puts it on.
I knew
yes,
it was
hello.
you.
Yes, we've come for your help.
Well, usually people come to the swamps wanting something. In this case, it seems to have benefited me, so I will listen to your petition. What do you want?
I first look around to see if Iwa and Cyrus are coming back or not. They just
Yeah, everyone's back. Everyone's back.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Pappy is just looking hungover, really badly.
Okay, I tell a tale. I tell a tale of a graveyard where a talisman has been stolen / removed of some kind, and of dead bodies coming back, and of I can't remember what directed us to here, but something of the
Spirit.
thing that
Spirit.
there's a spirit of the kid, of the rulers of the clan, and they said go see the enchantress. So
Here we
Well, I was already working on this, actually. I was trying to concoct a spell that would lead me to the person who's caused this, but it went awry. Let me tell you a tale of my own. Several nights ago, I was collecting specimens of a rare flower that blooms only amongst ancient tombstones under the light of a full moon. While gathering the flowers, I noticed someone sneaking through the cemetery. Silently, I followed him and watched him enter the locked tomb. He must have used powerful magic to open the sealed door. Only moments later, I saw him emerge again from the tomb. Thanks to the light of the full moon, I recognized him as Galdor, a former priest of the High Temple. I tried to follow him, but lost him when he entered the woods. Now, as I recall, Galdor's lovely wife, Philomena, recently passed away. I fear he intends to use the talisman to perform a necromantic ritual to raise her from death, an attempt that can only end in tragedy.
yeah, I'll do that.
Which woods were you
Great
near?
forest.
The ones that you
You were
guys
up in
were
the Great
exploring
Forest.
in the Great Forest. Yep.
All right, okay. So you already knew who did it. So you don't need the divination spell.
Well, I don't know where he is currently.
Ah, okay, right.
I've concocted a powerful spell of divination. Even with the protections he has upon himself, I should be able to locate him. I suspect the spell will leave me greatly weakened, though. It may be up to you to find Galdar and put a stop to his plans.
Oh, that sounds like the sort of thing that's inevitable for us to take care of. So sure. You don't need us to go and get any particular extra herbs or anything?
Well, I believe I knew what I did wrong. You might want to keep more of that amaranth handy, though.
Yeah.
Is there
Well,
any
we got a
way
whole
I can help?
bushel.
Uh, well,
I
it's
mean,
a
I
very
am a prophecy person.
you can actually assist in it if you wanted to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you want to ask her
Then
anything
yes, I
else
guess I
about
will help then.
anything before she does this?
That's half the reason I wasn't actually too worried about spells. I'm not sure they're the right type for me.
Is it nature magic?
No. Well,
Mystic, probably.
it's mystic. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I've got arcane. You has got mystic. You've got nature. So
Cover the bases just in case. Yeah.
yeah. And Cyrus has just got brute force strength.
No.
Needles and a blowpipe, which has been very effective. This
Worked.
Power of gun.
There is
Is
that.
that all right?
All right. Well, I help.
Well, fine. I'll just straight up ask. Is there any spells or anything you could teach us that'll help us? to
Well, I
defeat-
do have a cache of items that might be of use, and this was. She'll go over to the wooden box, and note that it is still locked. She produces a key and unlocks it. So she has 3 scrolls that she hands over. It contains the spells Lightning Bolt, Arcane, Marked for Glory, Mystic, and Shatter, Nature.
I already have 2 of those, including the arcane one, so it's no use to me.
Okay.
I
already have
reject
like-
the marked for glory as I already have that one as well. So. Thanks. We all know
Shatter.
this.
It is a cool spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
She also has this. She draws forth a slender sword. It glows a bit as it's pulled from its sheath. It resembles, the grip resembles a winged human with outspread wings forming the cross guard.
Ew.
Yeah, it glows with bright light.
What is it?
Well, it's usable by those of a certain persuasion. It does quite a bit of damage against spirits and undead.
What kind of persuasion?
So if you're good aligned, you can use this.
I
If you're
can't.
not, you can't.
Nope.
Not one in this bloody, I was going to say.
Yeah. I think Cyrus's first reaction of ooh was probably the correct answer. Sorry, we're a party of hunters and killers. We don't do so much on the good
So,
side.
yeah. Thanks for offering us all these gifts that not one of us wants.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can take
it's not that we-
shatter.
We don't want. It's just that we already have built into our character. So
Yeah.
a lightning bolt. Why would I not take lightning bolt as my always memorized spell?
So
It's a
your
great spell.
Pappy can use shatter though. It's nature. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can take that.
Now, when I learn that, is it memorized or is it?
Well, you can cast it. It's kind of like D&D. You can cast it from the scroll, but then it disappears, or you can just take the time to write it into your spell book, and then it's yours.
Oh, I
Yeah.
totally want to take the time to write it.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we've got a bit of time. She has to do her spell and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you put that in my sheet for me when you get a sec?
Yeah.
You should just be able to add it yourself
but I
under
will.
you're
spells, because none of
fine.
us, you just add it to the spells. None of them are on the list of things.
Yeah. I didn't add any of the
So you-
spells in.
You'd have
So
to add
you-
it yourself.
Yeah, you can edit it yourself.
Oh, okay.
So she's gonna cast the definition spell to find out where Galdor is. You are, if you want to help, go ahead and roll a d6.
And have the excitement of whatever it is that I roll here. No, add 5.
Okay.
Nice.
To roll. Just don't roll triple ones, eh?
Okay.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Ooh,
she does
great
pretty
success.
well. Yep, does pretty well. Even gets a light point there. So she does this for a while. It does leave her weakened, but not as weak as she would have been without your assistance.
You know what? Just for the hell of it, I also have marked for glory, which is you can bless someone with divine providence. Oh no, if you fail. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a shame. Because otherwise, you could change any die into a 6, so she could have had all 6s. Alas, never mind.
It's just a great success, not an extraordinary success.
Yeah.
So the spell causes her to, just kind of retreat within herself for a while. When she comes out, she's, she's weakened, but she has enough strength to grab pen and paper to kind of draw out a map for you. And she explains that she saw a vision of a chapel in a wood. Chapel's just off the main path, but even the paths are dangerous in this part of the woods. She believes the journey will take about 3 days.
Is that the chapel that's up on the? I can't do directions. Up on the corner
No,
above Whitehorse.
no. That is interesting that they have a chapel on there, but no, it is not that chapel. They don't give any
Okay.
specific locations in the adventure at all. Like, you can put it wherever you want to put it.
So it could
But
be that.
it is in a woodland. 3 days journey. It's probably back into the Great Forest again.
And you said that. Oh well, we can portal up to the village. So
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yep.
Oh yeah, so you can definitely cut time down by portaling everybody back over to the village.
Don't you want to make a portal here? In case we need to pop back and see her?
Actually, I mean, I cannot do any of that right now.
Oh, you don't have any.
I need fate points, and I assumed we were going to get involved in a combat at some point where I would, thus gain more fate points. But no.
You
gain
can go
fate
and
points.
you can go and find those beetles again and just beat them down.
Do you need to be on 0 for your desperate
No,
weapon?
it says in a combat. Do X.
Do you want me to punch you?
Yes, we get into a fight. I mean,
Yeah.
There is that.
Don't. I need to be on 0 for mine to activate.
no, well. Well, there we go. Everybody has fate points. Except the people. I mean, I can teleport myself back up there. And
You
the
can't
rest of you
teleport
can
us?
make your way up there. But that won't help.
All right, walking it is then.
Maybe we'll get involved in a fight on the way back. That would be great.
What are the odds of that?
We can go find a dragon.
You can indeed.
Why would you want to fight a dragon, though?
Because then it would be a fight.
Instead, you'd be fighting a dragon.
Yeah, I know.
It's what do you got? I mean, you're going to have to travel by foot if you can't port anyway, so likely you are going to run into some issues.
Yeah, so as soon as we find one, I will portal us the rest of the way.
Okay.
Okay. Well, do you want? So you got here. It's probably getting late at this point. Do you want to rest here for the night before you head out, or do you want to just head out?
Well, if she doesn't mind.
No,
let's
it's a
take it
small
away.
hut, but as long as none of you snore, it'll be just fine. If you snore, it's the cook pots for you.
All right. Okay.
Perfectly on back to their usual self.
Yes,
He's still
yes.
hungover.
He's hungover, but he's fine by morning. Yes, her hut is protected. Nothing invades over the night. Next morning,
Damn it.
Get your
Yeah.
spell points back.
No,
Actually, no, you didn't spend any spell points, did you?
we spent.
It just helped.
all right. So the next day, you journey into the swamp. Who's on watch?
I'll watch. I don't know the skill, but I'll do it.
Yep, you want to fail anyway. So
Sure, why not?
go ahead and
Surprise.
make that roll for me,
Gotta
Bill.
take my turn.
Okay. Okay, so as you go, you actually make it just out of the Gray Swamp without any issue at all. You figure, hey, well, it might be an uneventful trip, and we'll have a 3-day slog, yay. Going up, when out of the sky, you hear the sound of a bleeding sheep, and you look up just as a sheep's carcass is dropped, and you see 3 flying dragons above you. These are it's not the big one that's been pacing you. These are 3 smaller ones. Actually, anyone has lore? Go ahead and give me a lore check.
Oh, what's?
Yep. Those are wyverns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tail barb is nasty. Teeth and claws, much smaller than a dragon, much less powerful, but still not a walk in the
Dragon.
park. Right, not a dragon. There are 3 of them. So we'll start off. Yeah, who wants to go first? What do you want to do to avoid this confrontation? Or do something with it?
Okay, myself, Cyril, and Papillon will go first. Kill one each, and then there'll be nothing ever rigidified.
It says at the beginning of a round of combat.
Yes.
So you had 2 chances before.
I'm going to
Nothing.
hide.
We didn't have combat.
Mm-hmm.
The boar, that would combat.
No, I suppose that might have been, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to hide if I can.
Okay. You're gonna take cover basically and just duck into the forest. You can do that. However, it does not do anything to reduce the wyvern. So 1 wyvern is now not being dealt with. But yeah, you get under some trees so that you're not accessible from the air. Who's next, Cyrus?
Let's say yours is next.
All right, you are.
All right, well, I will roll my Desperate Weaving.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's see if I get any fate points out of this. 9. I get 9 fate points out of that. So,
Okay.
Nice.
wow, and 11 minus 2. That is pretty impressive.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which means, yeah, I go up to the maximum. And then, I don't know, can I just cast Teleport in the middle of combat?
If it doesn't say you can't, then you can.
Yeah, it doesn't say it costs an action or anything. So,
Mhm.
yeah. Oh, no, as a full action by spending
Okay.
1 light fate point. You can bring another person with you for each additional light fate spent, but each person who travels with you must be willing. Are
Okay.
you all willing to be teleported to this
I
random?
guess. We could have stayed here, fight the wyvern.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that what you want to do? Cast it?
Yeah, well, I wave at the wyverns and hop out. Hi.
That was going to be a cool encounter. All right. So how does that work? Do you just automatically teleport to your last gate?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Plop.
You get this
Can't get back
unpleasant
there.
sensation of being sucked inside out. Through
Oh, good. So we're at the village again.
You're at the village again.
Oh, good. I can repair my armor.
Um,
When did you take armor damage from last time? We haven't had any armor
When I
damage.
got shot.
yeah, I got shot with the
Oh,
archers. Yeah, so you cut off several days of travel there. So
We appear behind the bar. That's
right,
where
you
it
appear behind the
was.
bar,
Yeah.
and apparently the bar is very busy. The survivors are doing a lot of drinking. Apparently, not much else. The town doesn't look like it's been repaired much in the last day.
Yeah, we've even beat the fishermen back.
Yeah, there is that as well. It does not look like they have been re-attacked by the dragon, though. So there's that.
Well, hopefully, if the dragon was following us, it has no idea where we are now.
It sort of shows up going down.
Yeah. This whole time, the dragon's like, I just need to deliver this message. Okay, so if you want to take time to get your armor fixed, Pappy, that can happen. That's fine.
Oh, yeah. Does it get fully fixed if it's got 2 chinks on it? It has 1 X and a slash.
Well, the slash goes away from you just readjusting your armor. The armor is
Okay.
what fixes the X.
Okay. Okay, cool. So that's all fixed then.
Yep.
Nice. Thank you.
Sally forth,
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah, so if you spend no time and just head into the woods, she did draw you out a map that you're quickly able to find the trail that she was showing on there. So who's on watch and who's guiding? That's the other thing. Who's the guide this time?
I mean, It's my forest. I live here.
Yep.
Okay. I'll watch.
Okay. Roll me the
Oh,
watch
fun.
check, and for the exploration, the guide, just to stay with her map. Why don't you make me that roll, Richard?
Success, nothing exciting. Roll the watch.
Wits again, or
It's either lore, wits, or survival insight. Either one.
well, I guess survival. Seems I survive in here. Yeah. 19.
Nice.
Okay. You stay on the trail. Jameis, you also succeeded. Okay, so you're able to get through some of the dangers that you would have found on the trail. Let me get to this next part. Give me a second here. This is literally the adventure out of the book with some additions from me.
Yeah, I wonder how much we just avoided by completely not going into the city. There's this big thing you could have really turned the tide for
So after-
the city to help people and just bypass it.
So after following the trail deep into the woods, you made your way into the vicinity of the abandoned chapel. But there's a wide, fast-running stream that blocks your path. The trail ends on a rocky banks of a wide stream that flows swiftly through the heart of the woods. There's a footbridge, at least there once was one here. It's collapsed long ago. You can see that the trail resumes on the far bank. There's a wooden boat that bobs in the current on the far side of the bank as well, and it's tied to a tree.
Is the coast clear?
Well, as you think that and look around, a fairy flutters near you, Pappy. Are you lost? Hi, I'm
no.
I'm Parissa, and she does like a
Hi,
little curtsy
Parissa.
in the air.
I'm Papillon. No, we're not lost. We're just we gotta get across this river. We gotta do a thing over there.
Well, I can help you pull that boat over here.
Really? Alright, I think with two of us it could be pretty easy.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah. I'm gonna go do that.
This is this is one of the things I hate about pre-canned adventures. So in the adventure, the fairy is here because somehow they're assuming, even though that there is a class that's fairy, that nobody can cross the river and get the boat on their own. So you're supposed to bribe her and cajole her into getting the boat for you.
Oh. I
Just
was
an
gonna fly
aside.
over and grab it, yeah.
Yeah. So so instead, she will be very helpful because one of her own is here, and she's very bored.
Thank God she doesn't know I'm exiled.
Hey, aren't you that exiled Pappy bitch that we ran out of? Okay, so yeah, you guys pulled. The boat is still intact. It's still, it is not leaking. It seems to be okay, enough to get you across this river here, this stream.
I remember my training from my follower, who is God knows where, and I help us navigate the boat.
All right, and so you guys get aboard the boat. You reach the other shore. You pick up the trail. Uwar, you're still like looking at the map the enchantress drew out, looking at what's ahead of you. You're pretty sure that you are on the right path. As you go through again, give me one more test, either survival or the same one you did before.
So yeah, same thing as I did before.
Yep.
Let's see if I can roll exactly the same thing as I did before. So that would just be fun. Nope, extraordinary success. One less. But
Nice, good roll though.
fives.
There's
You-
another triple.
You get to a part where you're not sure which trail you should follow. There's like there's an older trail, and there's one that looks like it's been a lot more trafficked. Looking at our map, it could be either one, but you surmise that the one that has the most traffic is likely it. It has been, people have been through here more recently. Grass is still alive but trodden down, so you think that's probably the correct trail. The other trail looks like an old game trail, maybe like a huntsman had used it at one point, but it's much older. So which do you choose?
The extraordinary success doesn't tell them which way.
Yeah.
Well, actually, the extraordinary success tells you that the right branch is the one that has been most recently and most heavily trafficked. Like many people very recently have gone in that direction. The other one is a much older, stale trail that maybe have been used at one time by a single hunter.
So yeah, I mean, presumably we need to go down the heavily used trail.
I think we should go down the road less traveled, because wasn't it just one guy that was doing this stuff? So
Well, it
wouldn't
was
that be where
a
he
person
went?
who wanted to resurrect his wife, but there's no reason he couldn't have
Split the party, split the
enslaved
party, split the
zombies.
party.
Fair. Hmm.
Let's just
And it
pick
doesn't
one,
look
and if we
like the,
pick the wrong, if we get the wrong way, we come back and go the other way.
Yeah,
so
so
it doesn't look like the other one's been used either, does it? The game trail?
it has been used in the past, but long ago.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, we can just go down the more traveled one. I mean, we
I mean, it's a chapel in the forest. What's it doing here? It must be to have pilgrims or something coming there.
probably not a lot of people go there, if anything. You didn't know there was a chapel here, did you? No, you
Fair
come
point.
here?
No.
That's a fair
True,
point.
true.
I mean, like, I'm just saying, like, if a lot of people go through here and, like, you live here didn't know the chapel, maybe we should take that trail. Because it might go there.
I start walking along the more frequent travel.
Okay.
I follow. I'm super neutral about it. I'm just,
All right.
Screw,
So-
just do something.
Okay, so you ignore the old game trail and you go on the well-traveled one, which puts you right out where there's a direct shot to this old temple that you're seeing, this old place of worship. It's overgrown with ivy and wood. More important, though, are the 3 guards that are standing out front with crossbows that definitely see you as you walk down the very well-traveled road.
hail.
Yeah,
Oh,
they,
yeah.
they look like they're about to fire their crossbows. So what do you want to do? Pappy, you want to start off with a hail?
Yeah, I'll just be like, hail.
We're here to stop the dead walking.
No.
All right. Well, we're in an encounter now. So Pappy, if you want, you're the first one to speak. So we'll say you. You want to make some kind of persuasion test against them? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I have a persuasion negotiation.
Sure. What do you? Okay, give me the roll first, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, so it's a focus, and what aspect does this use? Probably wits or resolve?
Wits, if you're being friendly about it.
Yeah. Wits, focus. Okay, let's go. That's an 11.
Okay.
Regular success.
Yeah, it is just enough for the threat level of the bandit, so you're not fired upon immediately. Well, actually, it is a regular success, so... He doesn't fire upon you immediately, but he tells his two chums to keep their bows on you, and he pulls his sword and he approaches you. He says, "Begging your pardon, but we have some important personage here today who's communing with the goddess this temple was erected towards. If you'd kindly move along, our patron would like some privacy." So, yeah, not unfriendly, but telling you to move along. So who's next, Pappy?
He said erected.
Yes.
He did.
So erected.
You are. You can go next.
Throbbing, girthy church.
All right. Okay. Well, I will use my desperate weaving and ignore the erection to begin with, so that I will get. All right. So I gain 2 fate points. Not as impressive as the 9 I got the first time, but there we go. And then I will say, hey, this isn't the place where the thing happens, where all the other things were meant to happen. We heard this was the church where the great woman was, and over there. And basically, I'm just trying to confuse him and say, oh, we're lost and like looking for things.
Okay, so
Just so confusion in there rather than.
yeah, go ahead and
attack.
give me that roll.
Wits, I guess.
Yeah. Again, if you're not being forceful about it, it's wits.
Yeah. Hey, look over there and look at that thing.
Can
over
I
there.
assist with the deception skill?
Yeah. Yeah, you can roll your d6.
Yeah, I also have the deception skill
Yeah.
as well, which is why.
Yeah, roll your
Yeah, so
d6.
do
Or your deception?
Roll a deception. I don't know what the deal is.
Oh no, Bill. Just roll a single d6, Bill. And,
Oh,
and if that d6 is less than your deception, then that's how many points it adds to.
Less than the attribute associated
yeah.
with the
Wits. in
Yeah,
this case,
less than
yes.
wits, right? So it's just /R. Yeah, there we go. 5. Is that less than or
it
equal
is
to?
not less than my wits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't
Is
help
it
then.
equal to your wits?
Less than or
Other than-
equal.
Yeah.
Still doesn't make
I think
it,
he's
Bill.
very witty.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I think he's a strength character.
All
not a
right.
craft character.
So Richard,
All right.
go ahead and make your roll.
Hey, so look over there and this thing that we're doing.
All right.
13, but a
Yeah,
dark
but got a
fate.
dark fate. Okay. So in which case, yeah. So again, he's like, well, really, you should move along. If you need to take that trail there to the left, and it'll get you where you need to go.
Is that a success or not?
That is a success.
Sorry, I did not hear that.
It is a success. Yes.
It is a success. All right. Well, I can't use those abilities then. All right. Well, and I guess I pass on to Morgan, who's the only person left. I guess.
Yep.
As Cyrus did an action there.
You have to remind me a bit, but I'm going to sort of clean conspiracy. I heard that Galadon, what was his name? The priest Galadon?
Okay. So what are you trying to do?
Yeah, I heard that priest Galadon is here. Have you seen him about?
Okay.
So I'm not saying that they're here for Prince Galadon. I'm just sort of saying, hey, gossip, Prince Galadon is around.
The priest Galdor. Okay.
Galdor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a. It's just a question. You're not really.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
it's also I'm somewhat trying to gauge their reaction to
Right.
the fact I just dropped his name.
Give me a persuasion check.
Okay. I'm going to drop a...
Assist?
No, you've had your turn.
Oh,
But I am going to give myself a bonus die. Whoops. Ooh. Actually, no, you have to drop a 2 and get a great success. And get my fate point back. Even better.
Yeah, it's enough actually. So they relax a little. It's like, oh, are you the relief? I mean, you could have just came out and said so. I mean, my buddy here, he's got bit by a snake, and this is when you notice that one of the other crossbowmen have been just really favoring his left leg. We expected you an hour ago.
You know how it is, this forest. You can't always tell which way you're going. You see that tree? Do you want to go that tree or that tree? Then I need to cover that damn bloomin' river. You try and get across that bloody thing quickly.
Yeah. One of them, who was a little, seems to be a little less impressed. He actually has a higher number. He says, "Wait, what's Galdor's wife's name?"
I don't think the Enchantress told us.
She did. Yeah.
Yes, did.
Yeah.
I
she
don't
did.
recall. Anyone else want to chip in here? The best I'm going to do is give you a roll to see if my character.
You can just give me an insight check. Anybody can to remember the name.
I don't have the insight
Right.
skill, so it'd be a
Right.
law.
So it isn't. Yeah.
Ooh. I got a 16. A Reggie success.
I can give you a law wits of an 18 with a dark.
Okay, so 18 and okay, yeah, you remember Philomena was what the Enchantress had said.
yes, that's right. Yeah.
So, oh, okay. Where? And they kind of look at you. That's all you came armed with? No bows, no crossbows.
I have a bow.
We're more on the. I have a lightning bolt. I don't want to cast lightning bolt, but I'm sure I can probably do some sort of arcane sort of.
Sure. All right, look. Okay, yeah. We need to get his leg treated here. You guys just take over. Just do the same. Just keep everybody out for the next couple hours. You'll get paid just like everybody else. We'll meet you at the tavern. We'll have some beers over this. All right.
Can
Yeah, good
I
on you.
can I do a heal check on his wound?
Do you want to check the snake bite? Yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Sure. Go ahead and make me a check.
Wits or resolve?
Wits.
Okay, thank you. Boop. 15 with a dark fate.
Yeah, it's venomous. He's gonna need to have that wound excised, and he's gonna need some kind of poultice on it to keep himself from losing the leg.
I explain what he will need.
They're like, oh, I can't lose my leg. Let's go. So they hurry on away, And we're at time now. The next thing is going to probably be a drawn out battle. So let's go ahead and end
Really?
here, guys.
That doesn't sound like us.
Yeah. Might be. You could just convince him to, not use infernal powers to bring back his dead wife, because that never
Yeah.
goes wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, it's a thing. Why would you
Yeah.
think it would go wrong? All right.
Can't think of a particular reason.
We'll go ahead and end it there then. A little less excitement tonight and lots of travel logging. But hey, sometimes that's what happens. Anybody got anything to plug? Richard, I know you've got something to plug. Why don't you tell us where you're at?
Well, hi there. You can find me on Twitch right here, playing video games on the channel, which I'm badly describing and thinking under LMTDETMFFR. Or, say it with me now, limited time offer,
Limited time
no
offer,
vows.
no
vows.
vows.
Yes. All right. Bill, you got any games coming up for
Yeah.
Frog
I
God?
got, I'm running a game on Sundays, 5th edition Tunnels of Terror. And I'm also running a game on every other Wednesday for Frog God, for Swords and Wizardry, Lost City of Baracus. I believe we have spots in both games, so you can head on over to the Frog God Discord server and sign up for that if you're interested.
Sounds good. And Dion, you've got a place. You got places. You're around.
Oh, I get around, baby. Let me tell you what. I'm known as Substances Used on Twitch, where you can find me playing retro JRPG titles. Right now, I'm playing through Chrono Cross, which, if you don't know, is the best/worst sequel of Chrono Trigger ever. And yeah, I'm just pile driving that game into the dust right now. It's kind of surprising. So you can always tune in and see me do that. Otherwise, you can catch me on friends' channels like here on Steam Steel Murder on Tuesdays and Fridays. You can catch me on Featherfall Tabletop this coming Monday, I think. Yeah, this coming Monday. It's every other week. It's very hard to keep track of. And on Saturdays, you can catch me on Folsham_Arts Twitch channel playing Spaceship Zero, a 20-year-old tabletop system that is based off a 1950s sci-fi radio show about capitalism in space.
Neat.
I remember that game. That was fun.
It's
Jameis, you got anything?
I've got a blog where I do reviews. I've just seen F9, so I need to write that up at some point. This time it's about family. Otherwise,
Yay?
see me here, and otherwise you can join me heckling Richard on his channel when he streams.
Nice. And if you stumble upon this channel, we're at twitch.tv/SteamSteelMurder. So rest of this week, Sunday, we're playing Shadowrun using the Powered by the Apocalypse system, which is always a good time. Next Tuesday is first edition Dungeons and Dragons, and then we'll wrap this up on the next Friday. If Jeff is available, the last part of our players for our usual Friday, we can cajole him to join. Perhaps he'll be one of the guards that stays behind. We'll see how it goes. But also check out the podcast, Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. 11 years worth of all kinds of audio goodness on there. So guys, thank you very much for playing, and thank you out there for watching.
Hey.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.